Milestone 2 CSI Update. Presented by Jasmine Pearson, Robert Miller, Bryan Imbrogno, Carey Kight, Valasquez, Judd, and Dimitri Ross in Team Future. The next big thing, the future of technology. Editing theme, news. Please enjoy our podcast.
Hello, dear readers. I'm Robert Miller with CSI Group 2, and this is the next big thing in writing. Every writer has dreams of making the bestsellers list. We want to see our book featured at the front of a major bookstore where every customer entering will see it and want it. Of course, it all starts with the manuscript. The tools of today allow us to write pretty much anywhere. I tend myself to spend most of my time writing on my laptop, or even my iPad. But simply putting the words to screen isn't enough to propel us to the top. One of the biggest tools has become Amazon.com and their Kindle device. Millions already shop Amazon's online store, which ships out millions of books a year to customers. Their Kindle Direct Publishing offers aspiring authors two very simple, yet very important ways to get their work out. The first is allowing you to publish your work as an ebook. The author names their own price and retains all rights to the work. The second gives you the ability to publish your work as a print book. Using the online tools of CreateSpace, an online self-publisher, Amazon allows you to create your novel from the cover to the layout of the pages, and it's all free. They do offer professional services for a fee, but for those just starting out, it's a great start. Every writer has dreams of making Laurel Seville, author of Unraveling Anne and user of Amazon's publishing tools, found a home on Amazon when traditional publishers passed on her book. Through Amazon, she now has an agent and a publicist, and more importantly, her book is selling. Without this free and easy-to-use option, she might still be waiting for her book to be picked up. Thanks to tools such as Facebook, WordPress, and Amazon themselves, I will be the next big thing. Millions already shop Amazon's online store, which ships out millions of books a year to customers. Their Kindle Direct Publishing offers aspiring authors two very simple, yet very important ways to get their work out. The first is allowing you to publish your work as an ebook. The author names their own price and retains all rights to the work. The second gives you the ability to publish your work as a print book. Using the online tools of CreateSpace, an online self-publisher, Amazon allows you to create your novel from the cover to the layout of the pages, and it's all free. They do offer professional services for a fee, but for those just starting out, it's a great start. Laurel Seville, author of Unraveling Anne and user of Amazon's publishing tools, found a home on Amazon when traditional publishers passed on her book. Through Amazon, she now has an agent and a publicist, and more importantly, her book is selling. Without this free and easy-to-use option, she might still be waiting for her book to be picked up. Thanks to tools such as Facebook, WordPress, and Amazon themselves, I will be the next big thing.
Every company has a brand and a message, and an image to keep up with.
The next big thing in mobile sharing.
Chirp is the next big thing in mobile sharing. We have come a long way since the first cell phone.
Share your media.
Now most of us have smartphones.
Chirp is a mobile app
with us all the time.
Pictures,
video conferencing, everyone is always close.
Chirp is only supported by iPhone, iPod Touch, and iPad.
Instagram was started in 2010. Instagram started with the concept of mixing field Polaroid and Kodak Instamatic to the photo.
Everybody has it.
With filters and sharing them on a social network. Versions 2.0 launched in the iOS App Store in 2011.
Facebook or Twitter.
And on April 3rd, 2012, Instagram
after a camera roll.
That same month, Instagram was acquired by Facebook for approximately $1 billion in cash and stock. Instagram started with 13 social media and branding go hand in hand.
What is the next big thing, and why are we constantly looking for it? We live and operate in a world that thrives on technological advancements, the development of progressive ideas, and innovation. Here at Full Sail, we're being taught to harness these capabilities for a very specific purpose, to tell great stories.
Chirp is a new way to share your media using sound. Chirp is a mobile app for sending
Engineering and production students learn to tell stories musically, while game design students learn to tell them interactively, and film students learn to tell stories visually.
Possibilities are endless. Imagine a board meeting where you
But what if the next big thing in
notes
storytelling
where
isn't
why
next at all?
has it.
What if it's been here all
Church
along?
is very
The
easy.
Bible,
One button,
the Odyssey and
search
the Aeneid,
information,
the Wizard of
audio,
Oz, the Avengers, the Dark Knight, what do
log
these
in
stories all
Facebook
have in
or Twitter.
common? They follow a framework.
Snap a picture,
A framework for
add
storytelling that was
roll,
built into the very
chirp a
fabric
link,
of this
or a
universe,
simple
much
note.
the same way the laws of
Chirp is
gravity
that
work.
easy.
It is our job and our obligation as students of
Chirp
the arts
is
to
the
master
next
our
big
various
thing.
crafts, and yes, chase the next big thing without losing sight of the beautiful, telling great stories that touch the hearts and minds of our audience. What is the next big
framework
thing
am I
and why are we
talking about?
constantly looking
Joseph
for it?
Campbell's The
We
Hero's
live and
Journey.
operate in a world
Every
that
story
thrives on
ever
technological
told
advancements
was done
and
so using a
development of
variation of
ideas
this
and
framework. So my
innovation.
question is this:
Here at
why are we
Full Sail,
searching
we're
for
being
new
taught
that
to
harness
harness
these
these capabilities
capabilities
for a very specific purpose, to tell
Let's
great
focus our
stories.
creative energy on maximizing this proven framework instead of looking for new ones.
Engineering and production students
Morse
learn to tell
code,
stories
secret
musically,
beds,
while game
Cooper
design
scoopers,
students learn
and
to tell
sliced
them
bread.
narratively,
What
and
do all
film
these
students
things have in
learn to
common?
tell stories
They were all
visually.
engineered to make life easier. We are the own key to our advancements, the natural direction of
But
all
what if
living
the next big
creatures
thing in
move towards the most
storytelling isn't
efficient.
next at all?
Convenience
What
and
if it's been here
efficiency
all
drive all
along?
the next big things
Bible,
to be born,
the
not
Odyssey
pure
and the
explosion
Aeneid,
of
the Wizard of
originality.
Oz, the Avengers,
Remember
the
the
Dark Knight,
caveman
what do
days
these
of
stories all
landlines,
have
always
in
having to stay at home
They
for a
follow a
call, or
framework.
else use the
A
questionable
framework for
phone booth down
storytelling
the
that was
street?
built into the
Now
very
thanks to
fabric
trial
of
and
this
error
universe,
along with millions
much
of
the
short
same way the
tempers,
laws of
connecting with a
gravity. It
human
is
can
our
happen
job
from
and our
basically
obligation
anywhere
as
at any
students of the
time.
arts to
The
master
whole
our
world is
various
in your
crafts,
hands.
and yes,
So
chase
what
the
is the
next
next
big
big
thing
thing?
without
Efficiency
losing
and
sight of the
learning.
beautiful,
According to
simple,
Learning on
and
Demand
telling
online education in the
great
United
stories that
States,
touch
the
the
number of
hearts and
students
minds of our
taking online
audience.
courses is
What
increasing at a
framework am I
faster
talking
rate than the
about?
students
Joseph
attending a
Campbell's The
traditional
Hero's Journey.
institution.
Every
The
story
Instructional
ever told
Technology
was done
Council
so
says by
using a
22% to be
variation.
exact,
So my question
gaining an
is this: why are we
education at
searching
each
for new that
individual's
framework
convenience.
instead
No
of
more juggling between being on time to
Let's focus
school
our
or
creative
work or
energy on
bullies too.
maximizing
The
this
classroom
proven
does no longer have a
instead of
chalkboard.
looking
The
for
individual makes his or her own classes. Secret beds, Here we are at beautiful Full Sail University, and still there are non-believers, but there's also the factual research to prove them wrong. A group of scientists, Netto, Zubin, Koaf, Muscal, and Muscal, conducted over 49 studies that led to the assessment that the difference between online training and brick-and-mortar schools was minimal, and that there were more positive reciprocations in 30% of the studies. And that is not the only study showing off exactly how much online schooling has taken off into the atmosphere. A 2010 study compared employees who had online training versus classroom trainings, and employers were more satisfied with the online students. Sharing systems is the next big thing, and not just online schooling. Pandora headquarters adds a new song to the database, and now it is free to rock its billions of hungry ears. Create a free account on Tumblr and spend hours with a geek looking at art, music, and basically anything you may have ever had an interest in. Information plagues on, and drop by drop the concrete wall that used to make it a luxury is crumbling. Knowledge is shared, a message is passed, and people are heard. The individual makes his or her own classes. Here we are at beautiful Full Sail University, and still there are non-believers, but there's also the factual research to prove them wrong. A group of scientists, Netto, Zubin, Koaf, Muscal, and Muscal, conducted over 49 studies that led to the assessment that the difference between online training and brick-and-mortar schools was minimal, that there were more positive reciprocations in 30% of the studies, and that is not the only study showing off exactly how much online schooling has taken off into the atmosphere. The 2010 study compared employees who had online training versus classroom trainings, and employers were more satisfied with the online students. Sharing systems is the next big thing, and not just
independent
online
musicians
schooling.
are able to make more
Pandora
money from
headquarters
shows
adds new
and
songs to the
concerts
database,
and
and
things
now
like
it's
that
free to
without
rock its
people
billions
taking
of
their money.
hungry ears.
And
Create
they're
a
also
free
able
account on
to
Tumblr and spend
release
hours
music for free
back with the
online
geek
whenever they
looking
want
at
to,
art, music,
without
and basically
avoiding
anything you may have
the
ever had an
authority
interest
of
in.
record labels.
Information
They're also
plagues
able
on,
to
and
create
drop by
music
drop the
at their
concrete wall
leisure
that used
whenever
to
they
make
want
it a
to and
luxury
whatever
is
type of
crumbling.
music they want to,
Knowledge is
and
shared,
reap
a
the
message
benefits
is
of that
passed, and
music and make a
people
lot
are
more
heard.
money because of the freedom that they have in their independence rather than being with a big record label.
People of my generation buy music, listen to music.
In this day and age, I think being independent just makes it easier for artists to create music that people just enjoy more than the music that will come from big record labels that want money, and that they're able to create music more easy.
Get music without paying for it. And the music industry has definitely paid for it in a big price in a decline in album sales. And labels have definitely seen the backlash of this. And the next big thing that comes out of this is, in my opinion, independent music.
Independent musicians are able to make more money from shows and concerts and things like that without people taking their money, and they're also able to release music for free online whenever they want to without avoiding the authority of record labels. And they're also able to create music at their leisure whenever they want to and whatever type of music they want to, and reap the benefits of that music and make a lot more money because of the freedom that they have and independent in their independence rather than being with a big record label. In this day and age, I think being independent just makes it easier for artists to create music that people just enjoy more than the music that will come from big record labels that want money, and that they're able to create music more easy